I'd say I do what I do. It wasn't a path chosen for me, but I love the path that I'm on right now. And I don't know how long I'll continue to do it. I think if the passion never ends, my desire to make hats, then I need to finish and be done and move on to something different. But as of now, 17 years later, I still love it as if I just learned it. So as long as that fire is in me, I'll continue to do it. So this is a raw body. This is beaver fur mixed with rabbit fur. If you start a hat out right, you're gonna come up with a very good product. If you started out wrong, you're gonna be fighting this hat the whole time, and that's not what we want. We don't wanna be fighting this hat, not when you build 1,000 a year. So this is 100-year-old technology. Now, is there something new that's made like this? No. What I hate about technology now is everything's a push of a button, and now comes this, and poof, this. The trouble behind that is there's nothing behind it. There's no life behind it. There's no constructing behind it. Now, to people that are lazy, this is not where you should be. To people that appreciate how old things were done and how things, there's a reason why they were done like this, and it is because it's constructed better. Each process is built better to build a good hat, rather than just stamping it and out comes a hat. Let's go overseas to get cheaper labor. Well, let's make a cheaper product. Well, let's have something that's not gonna last as long. So I mean, all these things are just all negatives. I think in my business, everything I do is positives. I try to keep it positive, because in a world of all negatives, isn't it great and refreshing to have somebody that's positive about what you do and proud of what you do? It's not done anymore. How would you ever expect to wind up being an artist that sculpts hats? My mom and dad were great artists. I think the little of that rubbed off on me, but my dad was an accomplished scrim sander, they call him. And what it is etching on ivory. But what my dad developed, what he called the stipple method. So it was all done in dots, and I've never seen that. What I loved about his work the most is you could actually tell how these Indians were feeling and how their lives were just by his pictures. To me, this is an art form that needs to be expressed. If I can't express it, then I'm not gonna be in this business very long. So I do it for two purposes. One, to sell the best hat to the person. Two, to satisfy my artistic needs and wants. And I know by doing this, now I've learned the hard way, by doing this, you're accomplishing two things: my need for that, and putting the best hat on the person, the right hat.
Nate is a very meticulous and caring individual. He's a very honest man that he cares about every single hat that goes out the door. He wants it to be right. I've seen him time and time again where we're working on a hat and something's not right with the body of the hat, and he goes, you know, I'm just going to have to eat this one. We're going to start all over again. I'm going to have to order some new fur, and here we go again.
I think a pie maker is an artist. I think a hat maker is an artist. I mean, these are just things that when you find your passion, that's what you should do. I'm fortunate enough to have this as a passion, and this is what I love to do.
You know, I draw a lot, I paint a lot, and it's usable in the degree it gives you a certain type of feeling when you look at it. It gives you a certain type of feeling when you create it. You know, you have a sense of accomplishment. But it's a different kind of feeling when I put my hat on my head and I walk around and it's getting rained on, snowed on, and I realize, wow, I made this thing. But yet it really looks nice, and it's also a work of art.
You are only as good as your last hat. So, but to compare it to life in our country, if we went back to that, we'd have a lot better place to live.
I think the greatest thing people could do in this country is follow your heart. Do what your heart wants to do, and your needs will be met. And there's a huge difference between need and want. And I think we want a lot in this country, and we get so used to those wants that all of a sudden some of those wants are taken away and we fall into disarray. If you just do what you love, your needs are met. You don't have to have all that money to spend on entertainment because you're already entertained. And so I think what I feel like I'm doing things that I really truly enjoy, that I feel very satisfied, very content.